Making our way down onto our backs. Let's begin to let our breath flow. Really good inhales. And nice, slow, relaxing exhales. Letting the breath help us carry all the worries of the day away. Letting the breath be an invitation into this moment. Whatever sights, sounds, smells, whatever it is that's part of our experience in this moment, acknowledge it and let it be an invitation to keep you here. You know me, I'm a very visual-based person. So the image I'd like to place in our mind to begin to carry through class with us today is the image of your spine being a magnet. You put a magnet, a bar magnet, on top of metal shavings, they'll all start to form into the shape of the magnetic fields. And so imagine as we go through our class today, the more relaxed we are, the more in the present moment we are, the more enlivened and at peace we are. Imagine that magnetic field that we have, that torus shape, imagine that becoming wider and wider and wider. And imagine that the bigger our magnetic field is, the more power we have to positively influence others. Helping anyone within our magnetic field, helping them out, helping them to feel the way that we feel, whether or not they even realize it. So it all starts here with the breath, right there in the center. Begin to let a couple of really relaxing breaths flow. Perhaps leaving the eyes closed or open if you wish. We'll start to take the shape of a tree pose. So our right ankle, or our right foot starts to work its way up to the left ankle. Feel that knee rotate open. You start to feel new parts of that hip joint, including itself into the stretch, parts we weren't really experiencing previously. And if it feels good, we'll start to work that foot up to the left calf. Maybe up toward the knee. Maybe all the way up to the thigh as high as you can get it without having to reach down. And feel this right hip and the right thigh. Feel them relax open. Deep breaths flowing through our body. It's like carrying us on waves of the ocean. Starting to take that right ankle and place it up on the left thigh. If it's easy to keep that staying in that spot, just let the right knee rotate back down, nice and open. If it's difficult, you can take the left hand onto that right foot to help it stay. That is an option if you want to. This is just a slow journey getting deeper and deeper. So perhaps that left foot starts to inch its way up a little bit closer to you. So the foot is on the ground and that right knee gets to swivel even more open. Maybe you continue to slide that left foot in even more. You can always stop at any point. This is a slow progression as deep as we want to make it. Maybe the foot slides in about as close as it can get without lifting off the ground. You have an option to thread arms around the left thigh if needed. Only if needed to help you get as deep as you wish to go here. Whatever sights and sounds are in our experience, try to make them part of our meditation. Trying to be curious about it. It's like, oh, how interesting that the universe is giving me this right now. This sight, this smell, this sound, this taste, whatever it is. Another good inhale. Exhale, we're going to release the left leg, drop it all the way long to the ground. Take just a breath or two, letting right leg go up to sky. Feel those muscle fibers of that leg trying to join the party, as bent or as straight as you want the leg to be. We're going to start taking this leg into a nice IT band opener. So this can be done with a straight leg, or you could bend it if you prefer that even more relaxed place. But what we do is start taking this right leg and tilt it over to the left. And you get to choose how deep you take it. So maybe you pause about halfway. That starts to get into the IT band for me, even outer hip. Remember, you can bend the knee if you prefer how that feels. We're just finding a spot that feels good and sustainable for a couple more breaths. Okay, start to return the right hip back down to the ground. Even releasing the right leg all the way down to the earth. When the leg is on the ground, take a couple of breaths. And then this left leg will start to take that same slow rise up like the tree pose. So we start off nice and low, that left foot coming up to the right ankle, and just begin to let the knee rotate open. Maybe the foot climbs up toward calf. Toward knee. Remember, you don't have to take every step that I mentioned. Maybe up as high as we can toward the thigh. Stays with ease, maybe left ankle to right thigh, knee still rotating open. And maybe we start to plant the right foot on the ground, letting that left knee swivel open. Maybe the foot slides in a bit closer. Maybe all the way as close as it can get with the foot still on the earth. Maybe we hug our hands around the right side if we feel like we still want more. Deep breaths, helping these muscles to grow even more relaxed. Take one more huge breath cycle in and out. As we start to release that right leg all the way back to the earth, the left leg briefly goes up to sky. Start to feel all those fibers stretching long. We'll start to let that leg tilt over to the right. You can keep the leg straight. You can bend it. It's whatever helps to ease your hip, your IT band. Maybe even you're experiencing it down into your sacrum. Another good inhale. Another exhale. We'll begin to ease our hip back to the earth. Drop this left leg long, just to feel that hip relax open. From here, the bottoms of both feet start to make their way to touch, knees rotating open. Note how this position feels. Let's try scooting the legs in a bit closer and notice how that new position feels. We're going to pick our favorite of 3. So then sliding it in closer one more time. Notice how that spot feels. Now to those 3 positions, I want you to stay or return back to your favorite spot. The one that helps your hips, your thighs rotate open nicely. So we've got this bar magnet of our spine. We've been focusing largely on this very low distal end. So let's take a few moments as the thighs are just rotating open to start working up closer to head, closer to neck, shoulders, all those goodies. So I want you to take your right arm, it's a straight arm, take that all the way across your chest. Left arm just hugs it in. And if the shoulder's not in the perfect stretch, tilt that right arm to an angle that helps you experience a really good shoulder open. Sometimes my head will even tilt to the left here, getting a little bit into my neck. Good. As we open the arms, place both arms like a big X open on the ground. And feel how that shape of openness, it's almost like our magnetic field just got 3 times larger. So take a breath in and out from this deeper, more expansive moment. Good. When you're ready for left arm to come across the chest, take it there, right arm hugs. Sometimes right ear goes to right shoulder, but play around really to find the best possible stretch for that left shoulder. Back up to that figure X. It's like that magnetic field just grew again. So then taking our hands to clasp together, we lift up the head. And let's begin to ease any angles, any positions that help that neck to stretch. So sometimes I just pull my chin directly to sternum and stay. Other days I want to ease it left, sit right. Find a good spot of stillness, pause for a little bit longer. 3 more good deep belly breaths. For the third one, head returns back to the ground, and we use our hands to help massage through the neck or the scalp or the tops of shoulders, easing through the spots that feel a little bit tense. About 3 more breaths of whatever's helpful in this massage. Good. After that third breath, we'll give our legs a little bit of attention again, helping them kind of ease out of that stuck shape they've been in. So start to help the knees come together and then inch the feet about as wide as mat. Let's take some slow motion windshield wipers. You don't have to go super fast. Just feel how this helps the legs, especially ligaments and muscles, to remember that they can be in more than one shape, one position. Super slow, taking as much time as you need. If you need a little bit more time to ease into those joints, that's okay. Take it. There's no rush. Slowly, when you feel a little bit more connected, a little bit put together, we'll begin to make our way easily up to a seated place. So whatever way that means, maybe fetal position, and then press our way up. Good. So letting the right leg start to stretch open toward a right angle. Left foot is tucked in. Let's begin to ease our spine forward. And don't feel like you're rushing things, especially after this slow, easeful quality we've been building up poses with so far. Because suddenly we just force a stretch to happen. It's like our body's not used to that at this point. It's relaxed. It's saying, okay, I'll open. Just don't force me too quick. And you personally, with your body, can choose. Is it best to stay forward exactly like we are? Or would you prefer to ease a little bit closer to the straight leg? Take either variation. Support our spine, hands on the floor, pressing up. Let's ease our legs to switch out. So right starts to make its way in, left straightens. Same pace, super slow. Let's begin to ease forward. That point where we can choose. If you stayed forward before, just stay. If you wanted to inch closer to the straight leg, this is a good moment to travel there. About 3 more breaths. Your third breath finishes. It's an easy, slow return up. Coming up to an easy cross leg shape with the legs. Going into a nice wrist stretch. We're taking our hands on the ground behind us, the fingers pointing toward our body. And all you're doing is walking your hands backwards until you feel a wrist stretch. So if your wrists are pretty flexible, you may be walking pretty far back. Some of us may have almost no weight on the hands at all, just kind of leaning back a hair. It's whatever amount helps your wrist to feel the stretch. And then we breathe, we pause right there. There you go. Straightening elbows makes it deeper, bending elbows makes it easier. That's one way we can play. It got easy and you want to go deeper, maybe go just a hair more. We got a couple more breaths. Good. And rise up nice and easy. Maybe let the hands open and close. Maybe roll the wrists out. And then to get the other half of the wrists, just kind of flop the hands down and then take the backs of the hands onto the ribs. So I personally like to inch my wrist as high up as I can toward my armpit. That's kind of how I feel it most. But if you're feeling it plenty good, quite a bit lower, even into the waist and hips, that's fine too. Just find that spot where you can kind of just release your skeleton in. It just kind of drops down and it's in that stretch. Good. Taking an inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Start to release again. Nice and easy, very slow. Maybe open and close the hands. Maybe roll the wrists. And then clasping the hands together, either with stillness or with kind of circular ease, kind of work into the wrist just a little bit. Sometimes it's nice even to flip the palms and kind of work that way. That one has to pull back just a little bit. Good. Clasping the hands behind the back. Try to pull the arms as far away from your glutes as possible, trying to lift up. So get us start to ease into the shoulders a little bit. Try to keep the posture tall. Good. Keep the hands clasped, but release that effort. And then take your hands either to the right hip or all the way up to the right waist, kind of as high up as you can get it. Once you've got that hand there, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. This isn't quite the right stretch for your neck. You can tilt back a little or tilt forward a little. Find the tight spots that need the stretch. Easing the head back up. We'll take the hands to the left hip or the left waist. And then drop left ear toward left shoulder, remembering you can find slightly different spots if that's what needs it most. To ease up, release the hands. Take the right elbow under the left elbow if you can do an eagle wrap. If not, it'll just be the right hand pulling onto the left arm. When you get there, I want you to just play around until you feel the perfect shoulder or upper back stretch, whatever it is. Two kind of favorites that people tend to have is either round elbows forward as the spine goes back. That gets you right in between shoulder blades. Or my personal favorite, sitting up tall, lift the elbows up, but then press the shoulders down away from ears. That gets the stretch right across top of shoulders. For me, that's one of the tighter spots. Get into your spot that needs it. Even the neck can be part of this if you wish. Good. So it's pretty deep, so one more inhale. Exhale, release, circle the arms up to sky. Spiral the hands into a twist, facing to the right. Circle up to sky. Twist to the left. Good, up to sky. And left elbow under. Once again, find good favorites. Whether that's with the neck, or the position of the head, or anything else that can make a difference. raise the arms up to sky. Take a twist to right. Inhale to sky. Twist to left. Up to sky. And as we drop down, let's take a moment coming up onto hands and knees. When we're there, let the right leg open straight out to the right side. A nice straight leg. If this is enough stretch, just stay. I think most people are comfortable dropping down to elbows here. So if that's comfortable for your body, start to ease your way down. After all the stretching we just did, don't try to add tension back to the neck. I find it helpful to just drop it down, letting gravity take over. If you really don't feel a stretch in the leg at all, you could inch your elbows closer to the straight leg. That is an option if you want to. Deep breaths flowing, even though we've changed arrangements of our body. Easing up toward the positive pull and down toward the negative pull. We have to have both in really good balance. We're taking an inhale, exhale, work your way back to the center, and then up onto hands. Right knee down, left leg straight and open. If dropping down was easeful, we can begin to lower onto elbows again. Remember, if you don't feel the stretch, you can inch closer to the straight leg. Good. Easing back onto elbows in the center. We can rise up to hands. Taking both knees underneath us, we'll head into a nice child's pose. Let the knees go wide as we sit back. And I'm going to give you two options with your arms. You can either take a lateral lean, walking the hands to one side and then to the other, or you could take a shoulder stretch, spreading one arm under the other arm's kind of armpit area. So either way, I'll tell you when to switch sides, but either walk your hands off to one side or thread one arm under and through. Whichever you took, let's explore some breaths. Know that your position doesn't have to be static. You're welcome to shift around as needed to help you go deeper or to ease your body. Let's begin to switch to the second side, whichever variation we're playing with. that spine becoming even more long from just getting to rest on the ground in this way. Let's take 3 more slow, deep breaths. And unwind our body. We're back through the center. Stretch the arms forward. Take one more good inhale. And exhale. Slide the hands in to press our spine upward. And we'll shift our way back around to sit, giving our knees a few windshield wipers. Sometimes it's hard to stay in child pose for a while, so loosen up all the tight stuff. Good. Once that feels pretty happy in the hips again, take bottoms of feet together. Scoop them just a little further forward than you normally might travel into, and then let the spine relax forward. You have an option to support the head if you want. Sometimes I'll kind of stack my fists or something to create a little spot, or if you have a block nearby, you could use that. Sometimes it's nice just to let the head be heavy. What I love about that heavy head is that it kind of pulls all the muscles of my whole spine into that really good stretch. It's like I could feel it clear down into my sacrum, getting pulled a little bit longer. We'll begin to ease into those low back muscles just a little bit more. So what we'll start doing is finding the floor. If you can reach really far away, try to reach your hands kind of not to like a painful depth, but to a nice forward depth. And then lifting up onto just the fingertips. Imagine your fingertips are spiders, and we're slowly walking our spiders over toward the right. This helps to pull all those low back muscles with us. You choose exactly what spot to stop. When you're ready to stop, you can drop the palms back down. You can always choose to go a little bit deeper. If you make your way there and you're like, I want a little more. Back up onto fingers and spider crawl slowly back to the front. And continue to make your way over toward the left. Choosing that depth that feels symmetrical. Dropping your palms down when you find that spot where you'd like to pause. Popping up to spiders, walk back through the center. Popping down. Let's give our body a few bonus breaths. And we'll start to ease our way back up. We'll give our body about 2 minutes. What I'd like you to do is imagine that whole magnet up your spine. And imagine what you can do to help it out. So a little bit of free time. You've got about 2 minutes or so just to do whatever feels good. Maybe you're returning back to a little massage for head and neck. Maybe you're doing a wide leg stretch. Maybe there's something you'd like to do on your back, like a little twist for your spine. Whatever it is that your body would love, you've got about 2 minutes or so to explore. Our goal is after 2 minutes, we'll start to head into Shavasana, and we're going to imagine that magnet is as whole and complete, as magnetized as possible. Welcome to continue exploring. Help your whole body, your whole spine just feel good. At any moment, sooner or later, that you start to feel pretty complete and no rush to get there. Sooner or later, you're welcome to start heading toward your version of Shavasana today, whatever that looks like. Still no rush to get to Shavasana if you're still exploring through your body. Just keep it up. Be with this moment, with this breath. Sooner or later, when Shavasana is your experience, imagine that with each breath you take, the body's relaxing deeper and deeper, and the more the body relaxes, the bigger your magnetic field grows. So it's almost like a sense of curiosity. How big does this magnetic field want to go? All you have to do is keep breathing and tuning into how it feels.
Let's begin to deepen our inhales. And our exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body. Fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually making our way to a nice fetal position on one side. Doing a few bonus breaths here. Maybe 3 or 4 good deep cycles. Till sooner or later you're ready to rise. So here with hands at our heart, we take a moment to think of our pole and our magnetic field. How big did it grow during Shavasana? And just imagine as you continue to head into the rest of this day, whatever this distance is, imagine anybody, anything that comes within your magnetic field, you have the ability to influence. They may not even realize it. And so just have a little bit of extra consciousness, awareness as we go forward. Kind of play with it. It's like, I wonder if I feel really grateful, really happy, does that affect others? And just notice. And so with this fun idea to help lead us on, we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.